What's up, guys? So I think I'm gonna share a day here at the shop. Quite a few things happening this week. It's a race week. Jeff and Y Sebring is this weekend. So we got quite a few bikes to tune up. And so we have a few to tune up for the race, including this one. This one is done, and I'm gonna share a little bit during the day, things that you should look into, or your bike mechanic should look into pre-race, what you should check, what are important things for you to check. So this is a Ostrovam, and one thing I did on this bike, so this client has this bike for I think about a year now. So I checked the bottom bracket, re-greased the bottom bracket. It's a ceramic speed, ceramic bearings. So it's very important if you do ride a lot, and especially here in Florida, humidity goes inside the bottom bracket. And if you have those expensive ceramic speed bottom brackets, you should check them at least once a year and re-grease them to make sure the grease is greasy enough. Also check the chain. We washed this bike, so it's sparkling clean. Doing a day at the shop, so it's no worries. Yeah.
I can make noise.
Yeah. By the way, John, as always over here, he's checking in some tires that just came in. John, good morning. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning. How is everyone?
Everyone, I think it's good, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's good.
Yeah. Okay, so doing a few stuff here, and continue on this bike. One thing that many people forget to check is the batteries on the shifters. Shimano electronic and SRAM electronic shifters that are wireless, you need to check also the batteries inside the shifters. The batteries from the derailleurs, or your main battery if it's a Di2, something you can charge, but you have to replace the batteries inside the shifters. You can check that through the app, and you can also check it through here, through a button over here. You press it right here. See, it's green. Good. But I had situations where it was green, next day it was red, and it stopped working. So if you had these shifters for 8 months or more, I would definitely replace it, even if it's showing green, because the batteries could go off the next day. Even if you go and connect it through the app, it's showing green. But I also had situations, and then the next week is red and it simply stopped working. So if you had the bike for quite a long time and you didn't replace the 2032 batteries, those coin batteries in the bike, that's a good thing to check. Another thing I replaced on these on this bike is the brake pads, the rear ones. The front ones were good, but the rear ones almost gone. And the SRAM organic, the ones that usually come with the caliper, they go really quick. So they go quicker than your chain. If you brake a lot, and depending on the weather you ride, they go out pretty quickly, especially the back one. So always check that, the brake pads. This was almost to the end, so we did replace the rear brake pads. The rest on this bike is good. The software is up to date. The chain is good, washed, lubed. The bike is ready for Sebring. Okay, this is another bike. I think this is not going for the race, but the client wants to replace the crank arm. So I think a shorter crank arm. A lot of people are doing that nowadays, shortening their cranks. So he has, oh, this is a loud hub, huh? Do you think this is loud, John?
I think it's real loud. Why do they want a shorter crank, Alex? What's the reason to put a shorter crank?
I'm not a bike fitter, but they say you can spin faster with a shorter crank, because a longer crank, you have more leverage, right? The longer the crank, the more leverage you have. But for example, if you want to spin quickly on a uphill, the shorter you can, it's easier to do that. So people usually say it's more comfortable, even more efficient. I ride I think I'm still old school, 172.5, and I'm 5'8", 5'7", 5'8". So yeah, so a lot of bike fitters and a lot of the guys from the pro peloton, I think, are riding shorter cranks. So people are, and I have positive feedback. A lot of people seeing that did that, and we did replace the cranks, and then after a couple weeks they come back, oh, it's much better, I feel better. It's also easier in your hips because your knees don't go up so high when you're on the road. Yeah.
Okay. I just wondered.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I think the audience would like to know that.
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a great question. I would like to try maybe a 165. Maybe it's too. I already had on my Specialized on my trainer is 170, and my Konaga is 172.5. I don't feel much of a difference, but yeah. So he has here 172.5, and he's gonna replace to a 165. So we're gonna swap this crank for this bike over here. Let's see there, his chain. Ooh, this chain is gone. This chain is gone. Oh my. Yeah, that's something you definitely want to check before a race is the wear of the chain. If you want your drivetrain to last a long time, you need to replace it. Make sure you're not riding with a worn chain for too long. Is the music in repeat? It sounds like this music is going on.
Not even this one. Like, I don't know. Oh, my favorite. 740.
Yeah, these pedals are tight. One thing, John, what you want to do,
Yeah.
when you remove a crank and you're going to swap a crank, you want to remove the pedals first. Because it's much easier to remove the pedals on the crank when the bike is on, the crank's on the bike.
Then taking it off.
Yeah, after. You can, there are ways, but it's much easier. So don't forget that.
Right. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
He's away.
Are all the repairs at your house after the hurricane done, or you still have things to do?
The screen guys come in Friday. The room that had a little bit of water, that's all done. Well, Kelly took the carpet up and the padding. I put everything back Saturday
Okay.
or Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. The screens Friday. What's left? And the tree, I don't know what they're going to do with it.
Is it the HOA's responsibility?
Yeah. They don't even want us touching it.
Okay. Yeah, liability-wise stuff.
Yeah. So we did cut it up because it was in the middle of the road.
Oh, okay.
It felt like this. Nobody could get by. So we have a little chainsaw, one of these handheld ones. It's great. We just cut it up. Her and I just cut it up in sections and put it on the side of the curb.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for people to come pick stuff up. They haven't picked up our garbage.
Really?
No, since before the hurricane.
Is that Lake County? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But it's by city, right?
Huh?
It's by city.
Yeah.
The collection.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's Groveland's.
Yeah, so it's Groveland, right? One other thing happened.
What?
TV on the lanai.
Yeah.
TV on the wall.
Yeah.
The power surge when the power came on and off a couple times.
Yeah.
It's no good.
Oh, really? See, that's why I took the TVs from the outlet.
That's what my son said to me.
Yeah.
Why didn't you unplug it?
Yeah.
Duh. That was the furthest thing from my mind. Geez, I should unplug the TVs right now.
Well, you'll learn.
Yeah. And then Kelly goes, yeah, we have a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm putting the surge protector. I'm going to do it after the screen's done because there's mosquitoes all over the place.
Really?
Because there's no screen.
Yeah. Okay, let's take this bike for a little spin, make sure the gears are working properly. All good, John.
All good?
All good. It's like, it's your pee coming orange.
I know. Well, hey, it's the same thing as red. That could be bad.
That could be bad. Okay, funny thing here. I went to the restroom and John keeps everything clean in the shop, And so he put this little tablet inside. Sorry, I'm showing the toilet. But, it's a bike shop stuff, Now it's not as blue because he just flushed and then I flushed too. But the toilet becomes blue because he put a little, how do you call it, John? The tablet that you put inside the tank?
Yeah.
What's called? What is it? So he puts this little tablet so it keeps it fresh and clean every time you flush. So the water stays blue.
Toilet bowl cleaner, bleach action.
Oh, there you go. So the toilet's always clean. And what's your idea? What do you want to patent?
I want a patent to get different colors and scents for the season. Orange for Halloween and Thanksgiving, red for Christmas. Could be a problem.
Yeah, so would it work? Yellow?
July, red, white, and blue.
If you could do that, right? It would be weird. I think orange would be weird. You go to the toilet and it's always the color of the water.
Orange
It's
wouldn't bother me so
No,
much.
it would bother me. Or yellow. Yellow would be worse.
What season would be yellow?
I don't know. You need to hydrate if you're always seeing yellow.
That's right.
All right.
That's how we get everything done.
Yeah. It's fun to work on a bike shop. Okay. Another thing, of course, one thing you should always check before a race is your tires. It's like the critical part of a bike that can really cause problems. And when we're on a race, it's what gives more problems. Tires that weren't checked or have already something there puncturing, or it's really worn out, or doesn't have the right tire pressure, or the rim tape is worn out, or the tubeless is completely dry. That's a thing. If you have tubeless tires and you haven't checked inside for a long time, it's most likely the sealant inside is dry. So make sure to add sealant to your tubeless tires, because it might cause a leak. And if you do have a flat, a small one, the sealant can really help you out during the race. But this is another bike for the race. Guy here from, I think, Winter Garden, he's going to the GFNY. This is Specialized Tarmac. Everything is good on this bike: chain, brake pads, everything, tighten everything, make sure everything was in the right torque. This tire, what tire is this one? This is a Turbo Pro grip ton from Specialized. It's their own branded tire. It's a little old, but it's still good. And a good way to see if the tire is good, if you have these little dimples on here. Some tires do have this, most of them do. Continental have them. You see this little, what do you call them? These little holes on the tire so you can check if they're worn out. Is it like wear indicator? But what would you call it? A dimple?
Dimple.
A dimple? Okay, we'll call it a dimple. A hole? No, hole is not. It's like, oh, we have to check the hole on the tire.
No, dimple.
Dimple. Okay, we'll call it a dimple.
Wear indicator.
Wear indicator. That's more professional, right? So I don't know if you can see here on the camera, but there's these little dimples. Continental has them, and it's a way for you to see if the tire is worn out, or another way if it's kind of flat on the middle of the tire. Also, if it's starting to crack, see little cracks, it's the rubber's starting to dry out. That's a good indicator to replace a tire. And of course, see if there's any cuts or anything sticking in the tire that could cause you problems. Like we get here a lot when you're riding on the road, small little pieces of glass, and they get stuck on the rubber. And at first, many times they don't cause a flat, but you keep riding on it, and as you ride, the glass starts to cut into the tire until it reaches to the other side, and it pops your tube or creates a hole, and you have air leaking from your tire. So always, for sure, check the tires. Yeah, it's gonna be a wash. So.
So I can disassemble it.
Yeah, remove both wheels. Check the chain.
Oh, so he's getting a tune-up with a wash.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is this going for the Sebring race?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this is. We're getting it ready.
The Schwinn.
The Schwinn mountain bike.
There you go.
Those are mountain bike tires.
Okay, so we have one other bike here. Let me grab this bike. We're gonna do a full wash, degrease, tune up on this, put some new bar tape. All right, so we have another bike here for a tune-up, and this is a really nice bike. This is an NV Melee from Envy. It's extremely light, guys. I picked up this bike to put it on the stand. Oh my God, we need to weigh this bike after the tune-up. We're gonna do a full wash, degrease the drivetrain, clean this bike, have it ready, check the tubeless inside, the sealant, everything is good. Also replace these bar tapes, so we're in place for the same one, the Super Kaz black one. One more bike here for a tune-up. Bar tape is not as important if you're gonna, go for a race, but it definitely it's one of my favorite things to do, replace bar tapes. I think it looks nice, and I love to always put some new bar tape on the bikes. Makes them look clean and nice and ready to go. Okay, all right guys, so I have a little bit of time, my lunch here, and I'm editing a little shorts to put it on YouTube Shorts. So I'm going to edit a little bit. But you know it's time, John?
It's coffee time.
It's coffee time. Yes.
Coffee time.
Espresso. Let's do an espresso. 2 o'clock? Yeah, 2:15. There you go. John knows me.
Your coffee time.
Yes. One thing I'm testing, I don't know if you've noticed on my shirt, this little mini camera is the Insta360 Go 3. So it's a tiny, I can attach magnetically to the t-shirt. I'm testing it out to see if it looks good when I'm working on it on the bikes and have the small camera on me. So really small. Must be really nice to ride with it. Haven't tested on the bike yet, but I will. But it's coffee time. So while I'm editing the video, John will disassemble here the bike. So he will remove the chain, the wheels. So he will put the chain in the ultrasonic, make it really nice, clean, wash the frame, check the sealant inside the tires, remove the bar tape. And then after that, we will reinstall the chain, make sure everything is riding good. Also inspect, of course, brake pads, all the bolts, make sure everything is good. Also, when you remove the chain, it's a good time to check and feel for the bottom bracket. Although this bike is pretty new, so I don't think it needs bottom bracket service, but it's always good to check. Trying to find the master link.
I got it.
There you go. Moment of truth. I think John put too much sealant. We didn't have a syringe, so we used a little cup measurement.
Yep.
And you know, right? You can put little sealant, but many times we put too much sealant, and that can cause a problem too. So now, moment of truth.
Not bad.
Not bad. It's good.
It is good.
Yeah. Now Muc-Off launched a new sealant specifically for road and gravel, because you know tubeless sealant sometimes on road bikes are not super efficient compared to mountain bikes that have much lower pressures. But yeah, but I've seen many people with tubeless do pretty well. If they have a small little puncture, the sealant will bring them back home. So yeah, we're good.
One for John.
Uh-oh. 0 for me. Let's put that chain in the
let's do
ultrasonic.
And then I'll put the tire. We're going to go ahead and wash the chain. First put in the basket. We've replenished the cleaner. Put all new cleaner in with water. We've set the temperature to 54 centigrade. 54 centigrade.
Celsius.
Celsius.
For once I'm right.
Yeah, no, you're
Usually he corrects me because my grammar is horrible and I used the wrong. Yes, 1 for Alex. Okay, let's leave it open so we can see.
Okay.
You want to turn it on?
Yep, ready?
Yeah.
Look at that. Ultrasonic.
From yellow, it's going to become black. Yeah, so we do this a couple times and then wash it with soap. Make sure then it's dry for us to reapply the lube. There's another wheel. Also, we're going to do sealant. I'm going to try the new no puncture hassle road and gravel specific from Mudcoff. It's more liquidy. The previous one is more gooey. I believe this will hold a little better, and it has small particles that will close the puncture easily on higher pressures. Haven't tested yet, but heard good things about it, so we can try it. And to be very precise, John, we have a syringe.
Yes, we do.
Let's put, these are 26. So 26 recommends 40 to 50. I think we put 50 to 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. 28. Okay.
Oh, you're in between, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a mad scientist, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Looks like some syringe they used back in the 40s.
Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah. I like to seat the tire first without the sealant. Make sure the tire's seated, because if you have any issues, you don't have all that sealant inside. Then you remove the valve, and then you can apply through the valve stem the sealant.
What's up? Hey, how are you?
I'm waiting on a piece for the toilet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You want me to sign?
Yeah.
Stop it.
No. What did we get in, John?
We got our new toilet tank.
Where are you and toilets, John?
I don't know if it's me or we have a bad. Our toilet tank is worn out by the valve, by the flush valve, and we're going to replace it next week after the race.
Okay. Yeah, we need to upgrade our toilet, guys.
Yeah.
So it was pretty old.
If you're coming in the shop, please go before you come till I get this fixed.
Yes.
But we'll need both of us to do it.
Okay. Just so you guys can see, look at this. See all the grease separated? Because this heats up the degreaser and has the ultrasonic, so it really gives a clean ride in between the rollers and everything. And we're still going to wash the chain, but this removes the chunk of dirt from the chain. Yeah. All right, guys, so wrapping up for the day. John is finishing here to wash the bike. So we're preparing, getting everything ready for the GFNY. We're going to take our van. John will be helping out as a mechanic during the race. I'm going Friday, be at the expo there Friday, Saturday, and then I'll hopefully do the race Sunday together with Felipe, Hector, also, well, Daniel is also from the Regino team that will be in the race. I don't know if anyone else is also going from the team. But yeah, we're going to be there this weekend. We're going to take a few bike rentals. We're going to take the Regino van. And we're going to be in a RV. We're going to take an RV like the same thing we did last year. And we're going to sleep in the RV already in the event. So we are close to everything, to the venue. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to do a video on that. So the whole weekend in the GFNY like I did the last year. But hopefully this year I'll do the ride. And that's going to be fun, especially with the Insta360 cameras. I can get some nice shots during the race without having to hold the camera like I'm doing right now. But yeah, this is it for the day. Hope you guys thought it was fun. I'll probably be doing more videos like this in the shop and stuff we do and daily stuff of a bike shop that's pretty fun, right? So guys, as always, I'll see you on our next Red Experience. Ciao.